So the main reason why people struggle with WordPress is a poor implementation. We have coined sites that are a disaster as WordPress messes because they are implementations that are just poorly constructed and they just lead to massive problems. You do one thing and something else breaks. So it's like effectively you go into a room, you flip the light switch on and then a toilet flushes. You know, it's like, wait, how does that all connect? Well, it's because of something like this. This first example is of a website that uses more than 50 plugins to display basic content. This is a WordPress mess. This screenshot is so long that it barely fits on the slide. You can't even read what's on there. And there's 50 plugins in here, and there's more that are installed, but they're just not activated. And if you're trying to run monthly updates on this, could you imagine, like, if one plugin fails, like, oh my goodness, what do? Everything's going to fall apart. Another example that I love to show is this is an implementation of a blog that's roughly 4 paragraphs long, roughly. And everything else you see on this page are settings that you have to click on to make sure that the post or the blog is published correctly. And so you get into this world where you're spending, you know, maybe 20 minutes to write your blog, and then like 30 minutes to just get the settings all set to make it publish well. Like, that is a WordPress mess. And finally, we have the ever wonderful blog where you have to write HTML for anything to display properly for your content. And we see this more often than we care to admit. I mean, honestly, it is an amazing travesty because no marketer should ever have to write code to post content. It's 2023, almost 2024. You shouldn't have to worry about that type of stuff. And if you do, you've got a WordPress mess. You really should look to a better way of doing things. This is why planning your website redesign relies so heavily on website strategy and user experience. What your users need from, say, a functionality and a content standpoint, then you can begin to start planning out how you will make it all work within WordPress. And that's extremely important.